Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the Cursebreakers and our other friends in the West, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet. But it's only a matter of time.
All right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
Mid. When did you get back?
Just now.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvas in uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right. You win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her. While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
I'll take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the Professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on. Breath of fresh air? Bloody tempest, more like.
Oi, Otto, you got my gill?
Huh? What are you on about?
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
That little...
The storeroom, was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
You took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I know that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Well. It's sick could see you now. All right. I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now. I'll let you know if I need out else.
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Growing on.
Was wondering where you... Mid's back from Canva.
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores. Here's the list. Think you can find...
This lot?
Excellent.
It's paid. 100 times. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water.
Indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it...
Thank you.
And what can I do for you? It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Blackthorn, you busy?
What does it look like?
I have a commission for you. She requires certain tools. Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship? I'll see what I can do. Tell her I'll bring them over when I'm done. If I ever am.
My thanks. And Mid's, no doubt. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
Clive? What's that for you, dear? It'd last you a good while. And?
It's all right.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her.
Do with a good oil in this. It should be enough. How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes need patching, and if I don't patch 'em, we'll all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is, I ain't got none.
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
That's right. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him.
Look.
How do? There you go. Is that everything? A fair trade. That all, is it?
Ah, Clive.
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter.
I don't mind if he don't.
Thank you, Martha.
He went up to Cressida on business. No, far as I know, he's still...
I'll look from there, then.
If it ain't the lad who's...
You do, Bernard. Martha said I'm...
Oh. Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, and... if Martha didn't mind me being gone... I couldn't act...
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up... But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with...
It's the least I can...
Thank you.
This shouldn't take long. Nice try.
over.
That should do it.
You made short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Oh, it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's on to your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
All right, Clive?
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a car...
That's brilliant!
Is there...
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got... So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to... I can...
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest, Sid?
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Do you have a moment, Sid?
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate Karen. They were moving in for their assault when the Cursebreaker managed to release Astolas. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing. I can't help but...
They know the work is dangerous.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this. But I never really thought how my words might affect...
I'll go.
Thank you. The plan...
That should be enough.
Slavers don't even bother with Northreach now, all the hype on the fence.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
Me back on my feet.
Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me...
Doris sent me to find you. She has...
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach.
Well, I'm here now.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slavers. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely...
You made the right decision.
The goblins may...
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. And please, hurry. If the...
I won't let that happen.
Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. They're trying to get into the carriage.
It's early pa, Harley. It's early pa. Just play there. It's 7:48.
A friend. Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had...
Why should we run?
Perhaps. Freedom, safety, the light.
Sid, I couldn't... You weren't...
This man risked his life to save yours.
Fine.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid.
Thank you. I'll let...
Sid, welcome back. I stole this from the dame.
You opened the
After you left. If I just waited
iPad.
a little longer, I
Did
might
you
have been able
prepare
to
now?
deal with things myself. Or maybe I wouldn't.
Did you hear me?
I keep making the wrong decisions.
Cole and the others got home safely.
No, I was lucky. What kind of leader sends people into danger?
You wait for your teacher, okay? Okay, very good.
Greater caution, told Cole to be.
We swore the same oath as...
It's good to see you safe and...
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives, but no one with doubts ever joins our ranks.
We all know how much bravery that...
Cole, I never doubted your... Thank you for your faith in me. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death along... But...
You will.
That's okay. You just open it. It's okay.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Ah, Clive.
Talia. How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgor. He must have found something. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a curse break. I don't think... I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. Is it real?
You don't need me to answer that. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as he... And we must lift that burden. The operation may be dangerous.
I know. But griping about my lot helps.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first... Something...
Just...
No one knows. Unfortunately...
was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. Enough of you, are there?
Wake up!
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this...
I hope you didn't have too much...
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it.
You'll do fine. Tyr trusts you.
Thank you for the kind... I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a deficient. One, ill-conceived, and even success mean I became a physical.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows. And yet we have no sure... The day I decided that I would take Sid's name was the same day Tyr took my brand.
I remember what little medicine Tyr managed to salvage from the wreckage of the old place had been used. She begged that your operation be delayed until a new procedure was even more dangerous back then. Only a few saw those who were no longer with us. It wasn't something to be done lightly.
No. But it was something. He always led from the front and never asked anyone to take a risk for his cause, even if he knew that it might cost him his life.
Hold still, Clive!
I knew there'd be pain. That I might not, that I would never be able to...
I didn't know.
We all want our brands removed. But it's a Rodrigue, I know your work isn't easy. But neither is going under the knife.
It's natural for a patient to feel like... Thank you for helping me remember.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Jill looked white as a sheet when we brought her.
Clive, where have you been? Where did you get him? Like...
My father. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and...
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight, Clive. I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a Frostwolf who served as guardian. His name was
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but a girl from the Northern Territories, one, awakens as the dawn.
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as just when his master needed him the...
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting...
Quite. Though Torg his latent birthright as a Frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torg!
You're an evil.
And regarding your original concern, you needn't. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Boone, I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work, just you wait.
Then I look forward to seeing. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
I wish Miss Middle. I wonder if she thinks something else.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour of her dungeon.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely, we have myriad sightings of strange... If only we knew for certain...
Well, if anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you.
What?
Word.
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't...
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dhalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dhalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier. Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Greeka forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
little uns have been. It's just one thing after another around here.
Ah, my dear. Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and the... Which is why I came. To learn the...
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosaleth.
I was.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come.
Gladly. You there. There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you? And I'm afraid...
A fleet sailing south past port is...
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent report, come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde? To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance? No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waludas who spirited them. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velk. It may well have gone cold by now.
Allow me to... As luck would have it, I hadn't...
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned.
Very well, but be quick about it.
Here for another of my lectures. How may I help you today? Of course. Study it well, Clive. Very good.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy. I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lanza and the Fang are all cooked. You have any trouble on the way, you ask.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And only Sid's. All I know is the name. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe...
Thanks.
So, what about your own...
Don't look so worried.
Thanks, fuck.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart.
We shall. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
You shall taste my axe! Stay down!
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the saddle. And bawling like a babe.
think those soldiers were in the inn?
So, Lord Cook has finally made his move.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us.
but all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead Skim, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Kupka, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in Camber that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
It's the outlaw! Take him!
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Are you?
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Clive? 'Cause, 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 'cause
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.